Good morning. Win or lose, guys, it's still all about the U. Just looking at yesterday in the second half, it was just absolutely abysmal to watch. Yeah, we were in the game for a while, but you cannot commit 6 turnovers against a good team like Virginia Tech and expect to win and be a -5 in the turnover margin. That's just not going to get it done, folks. It's just not going to get it done. In fact, Virginia Tech in the second half yesterday and in the fourth quarter had 140 something yards in the fourth quarter alone. 182 in the second half, 145 of those in the fourth quarter. Ryan Williams just went off yesterday. He went in the fourth quarter alone. In the second half, Ryan Williams rushed for 102 yards on 7 carries in the second half, including that big 84-yard run that gave him the lead. That gave him the lead for good. But we cannot throw 3 interceptions on the final 3 drives and expect to beat a good team like Virginia Tech. You just cannot do it. This was a tale of 2 halves. Somebody told me we should have been leading 21-7, said it was a 10-10 game. We were -2 in the turnover margin, but in the second half, -3. And Virginia Tech would seal the game on the first Morris pick. Virginia Tech would capitalize 5 plays later, and they will seal the victory. And that's going to be something, it just proves once again, we just got out-coached again by Frank Beamer and Bud Foster. See, basically they made the halftime adjustments and we didn't. Okay? Virginia Tech really stepped up the defense in the second half. They really, really did. Yeah, we had some good yardage here and there, but Virginia Tech just really started to pressure Morris more, and then from there it was just like in the fourth quarter they took over. For 3 quarters we were there, but then fourth quarter, like I said, fourth quarter game was over at that point. You just cannot, like I said, you can't commit 6 turnovers, including 3 in the second half, and expect to win. That's just not going to get it done, gang. It just will not get it done. With all that said, let me give out the grades for yesterday's game, the report card. This one's painful. This one is painful. It's really painful, but when you look at it, yes, Lamar had 163, but you just cannot commit 6 turnovers like that and expect to beat a great team like Virginia Tech. Absolutely no way. So, looking at the grades for yesterday's game, I'm going to give the offense and the tale of 2 halves. First half, we moved the ball pretty well first half there, but you can't miss a field goal like we did. You can't turn the ball over 3 times in the first half alone, losing 3 fumbles like that. 1 on a punt and the other 2 on the 2 in the red zone. You just 1 in the red zone, the other 1 deep in VTech territory. You just can't do that. We missed scoring. We had scoring opportunities. We blow 2 scoring opportunities and we miss a field goal. And then second half, the 3 picks. After the touchdown in the late in the middle of third quarter, fourth quarter we just couldn't. It was like 2 punts and then 3 picks. There's no other way to say it, gang. Offense gets I could give it an F, but I won't. I will give it a D on this one. A D for the offense. Defensively, the second half is the story, folks. Second half was the story. First half, we had 5 sacks, but in the second half, you just can't give up big runs like we did Ryan Williams when they took the lead for good to start the fourth quarter. And then not stopping Virginia Tech when we needed to the most. So you have to tip your hat to Virginia Tech for yesterday's performance. But, the defense just could not tackle. The tackling was just pitiful. It was awful to watch, especially in the second half. I'm going to give the defense a D- for yesterday. Special teams, what can you say? Virginia Tech starts at their own 32. We started our own 27. The return yardage yesterday, that was just pitiful. It was just pitiful. We had negative 1 yard in punt returns. -1. Virginia Tech had 52, which is okay. We had 107, but you can't miss field goals. You can't. Let me see. I hit with the touchbacks. We had no touchbacks, but punting game, we pinned them down inside the 20, which is okay. But like I said, can't miss field goals like that. We allowed David Wilson to get 52 yards in kickoff returns yesterday. This one was pitiful to watch. I'm going to give it a D on this one as well. D across the board when you think about it. Coaching, what can you say? Virginia Tech made the adjustments. We did not. That's just all it came down to. It came down really to adjustments. Who made the adjustment that when coming out of the locker room? Beamer and Foster did. Our staff, Shannon, Whipple, and et al. did not. So the coaching gets an F on yesterday's game. I have to give it an F, especially in the second half. So that's just what it is, gang. It is what it is. This Virginia Tech's going back to the ACC championship game for the 4th time in 6 years, while we will have our regular season end against USF, and in the bowl game we will not be in the New Year's Day game again. We will probably be playing a bowl game between Christmas and New Year's again for the third straight year, and that is an issue we will have to seriously address, but I'll address that on another video. But anyway, the point of the matter is yesterday it was very ugly, especially in the second half. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to, in the next segment, play the low lights of yesterday's game, play some of Randy's post-game press conference, maybe some of Frank Beamer's if I can find it. So I will see you all in the next segment. The chat room is open to give your take on yesterday's game and what do you think the future holds for Randy and company. Back in the next segment.